Alright, sorry about that cut there. I had to tweak the microphone a little bit and make sure my audio levels are good. But yeah, here we are. So we're starting out. You have to listen to the bottles, unfortunately. As many times as I've played this game, you still have to go through this intro cutscene here. Blah 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 blah. Alright, so I decided to cut it forward to here where I've got the actual move set, so I can go around and get these pieces of health real quick. Forgot I don't know the talent shot yet. So yeah, as most of you guys probably know, the original part here that you want to do is get the 6 health pieces so you can have 1 additional life point. It's not as useful in the beginning, but as you go on, the additional life really helps. And at first it was kind of fun to find all the pieces, but playing this as many times as we have, we know where all of them are now. So not as fun to collect them, but I don't mind. It only takes a few seconds. I really do love this hub world here, or well, not hub world, I guess, but first intro to the hub world. Colorful and inviting, and you gotta love that music. Just really gets me excited to play this game. So yeah, this is a little dry to talk about here. We gotta break all these. Alright. You'll watch the speedrunners be able to do this in like seconds. It's unreal. They can go from each of these rocks to the other without stopping. It saves them a lot of time. But luckily I play casually, so this is not a rush. I'll enjoy this here. Piece. So now we've got the extra life, and we can so we go way up the mountain. Nope. There we go. Ooh, almost fell off there. There's a way you can skip this cutscene too, but again, I'm not concerned with time, so we'll just mash the buttons through it. Let me inside. There we go. Alright. Making our way in. One more cutscene for you. Finally play. So what we're gonna do first is grab this puzzle piece up here. The cutscenes are just maybe they don't bother everyone else as much as they bother me, but having to just mash through all of these over and over again after as many times as I've played this game gets a little boring. I wish they would have implemented a way to skip that in this new game, but what can you do? first puzzle piece. And I don't know if you can hear that, but that's me just mashing my way through all of this. Yes, I want to use it. That's why I'm hitting A. There it is. And my favorite level in the game. Let's go. I never could figure out what those purple things were. Are they like supposed to be little goblin type creatures? Or I mean, yeah, that's all I can really look like. Don't really see anything else in those purple things. Unfortunately can't kill this bull ever. All you can do is just bounce off against it, no matter how many times you hit it. See, just get right back up. Oh, there you go. I guess it's a good way for new players to practice though, if they wanted to practice their moveset or anything. Missed that one. There it is. Jiggy number 1. And so, as I'm sure you're familiar with, there's 10 jiggies on each level, as he says right there. So yeah, there's 10 jiggies, 100 notes, 5 jinjos, which gets you a jiggy. Sometimes there's Mumbo, Tikamokum, whatever those little totem things are, the skulls. You always want to collect those. I've never had an issue not having enough of them. So I'm not sure how many there are in game compared to how many you need, but it seems like there's more in the game than you actually need. And then there's also 2 honeycomb pieces on each course, and you know, over time, as you get 6 of them, you get an additional honeycomb piece on your life. So they're kind of worth getting, especially if, you know, I never really had too much of an issue with my life until the final grunty boss. She can be a little tricky, so it's kind of useful to have as much health as you need at that point. Right, still getting some basic moves. Yeah, so you get 100 eggs at first, and eventually you can get a little extra sack that carries, I think, another 100, so you can have up to 200 eggs. Which, again, I've never really had an issue running out of eggs. I had more of an issue with that in Banjo Kazooie, where yeah, where, you know, I just didn't have enough eggs, but I haven't run into that here. Gosh, I'm struggling. There it is. Nope. God. Come on. Oh! This shouldn't be that hard. So, the first level here, I'm already struggling. This is how this Let's Play is going to be. I just need to get warmed up a little bit, I guess. And that was all I needed to do, was just one more little hit. I couldn't have done that off the bat. Oh well, got the jiggy either way, so that's number 2 for the level. I feel like the camera angles are a little wonky in this Xbox One version, the Nintendo 64 version that I'm used to. I don't know, something about it just doesn't seem as fluid. go, the Talon Trot. That's what we needed. It's one of the most important moves in the entire game. You need it to climb all the slippery ledges that Banjo can't get up on his own, so yeah, definitely useful to have. Well, not that you can beat the game without it, but... I love Banjo's necklace. I wonder if I could ever get... Is there like a shark tooth on there? I'll have to get one of those and wear that around my neck like Banjo. Alright, let's test out the new Talon Trot. There it is. And as we go up here, we will get the orange Jinjo. 2 of those. And you know, while we're over here, let's just climb down here. Get the rest of these notes that we missed. Get the yellow Jinjo as well. It's kind of amazing you can open the first note door with that few notes. If I wanted to, I could already go up, I think, to the 3rd level now. Or maybe just the 2nd. Yeah, you don't really need to collect all 10 at once, but it obviously saves you a lot of time just to do it all at once, you know, kind of make it linear. Banjo Tooie went a little bit against that grain, and you know, the hub world was a lot bigger, and you kind of had to transfer between worlds. You know, when you start out, you could get, I think you can only get like 7 or 8 of Jiggies on the first level without going to the 2nd level, and then you had to come back, you know, and hop on the train and come back to the level. And I think it was kind of, you know, as much as I love that game, I think that's just kind of a cheap way to lengthen the game, because, you know, it's just forcing you to go back and forth between hub worlds. So, you know, I kind of like that you can knock everything out in one go on this game here. Saves you a little time. I don't have that move yet. So this is the last move on the level here. The Beak Slam. It has a name, but... Beak Buster, yes. So, yeah, you get to pound that stupid bird's face into the ground, and, it's pretty nice, because that bird is very annoying. That bird being Kazooie. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. There we go, that's all 3 moves for the level. Now we can get all the puzzle pieces. So with each world, it's got a few levels built, a few new moves built in. Those little anthills that you gotta find, and every time you find, I think each world has like 2 or 3 of them. So you get a few new moves per level, and those help you, you know, move on and advance yourself a little further. See, like, what are those things? Are they dinosaurs? Are they goblin dinosaurs? Whatever they are, they're ugly as hell. They're wearing like little caveman pants. Oh. There it is. There we go. That's piece number 4. Oh, number 6. I can't count today. Eggs. Alright, jump up here, get this health piece. Get another Jiggy. Alright, there's one more thing I need to do before I go in that little hut over there. That's to get this skull. Mumbo token or whatever. It's obviously not going to work for me. I'll just go the long way, which actually would have been the short way had I done it first. Shoot, I missed one of those somewhere. That explains it. And so yeah, see, once you get all 5 Jinjos, you get an additional puzzle piece. So it's kind of like 2 collectibles that are lumped into one right there. So now we'll make our way back up to the tent here. Hut, I guess, is it? Get the final puzzle piece. or second to last puzzle piece. Jumping ahead of myself a little bit there. And the last skull piece is going to be in here. This chair, I believe. No, that's right. Oh, wait. Shoot, did I miss one out there? Aw, you nerd. Alright. Looks like I missed one. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to run back here real quick and scout out which one I missed. Go for this without the game. Nope. Let's see. There it is. I knew I was forgetting something over here. God, here we are again, guys. Alright, second time that try. And boom. So that opens up another Jiggy in the hub world. And so each level has one of these switches that triggers a jigsaw piece within the main world. And yeah, you obviously gotta find it all. This is like the ultimate collectathon game. I guess Donkey Kong 64 may have been even more of a collectathon, having to switch between 5 characters and having 100 bananas on each world with 5 golden bananas and all sorts of inventions and coins and whatnot to collect. The ultimate collectathon. But Banjo Kazooie is a close second, and I don't think it overdoes it with the collectathon nature of the game. It's kind of just enough collectibles that you stay in. Like, you're kind of overwhelmed, And so what we do now with the little ant guy is go back to that huge ant hill, and we'll climb our way up to the top. I guess they call him a termite, but he looks more like an ant to me. And this guy has a cool perk too, that you can jump from wherever and you won't be hurt. So you can jump off the highest point in the game and be totally fine. Make our way around. Jiggies, music pieces. Quit guarding them. Alright, so that's all 100 notes on this world. And we're about to get the last Jiggy here, and then we can call it a wrap for this first world here. There we go. Alright, so I'll show you guys what I was talking about earlier. You can jump off here and not be hurt at all. Boom. Nothing. Whereas Banjo would have been hurting right there after that spill. Alright, so we've gotten everything on this world that there is to get. So we'll head on to Treasure Trove now. Oh, and when you want to leave this world as an ant, so you can climb up this mountain here. There is kind of a trick if you're Banjo. You can kind of do a backflip up on this ledge here, and then I think do another backflip and beak slam and talon trot up. But I just like to just grab the ant. I mean, it takes a few seconds, Not too big of a deal. And yeah, when you get far enough away from the world, your magic power disappears. So you can't be an ant any further than that point there. But cool. So that was Mumbo's Mountain there, and I'm gonna cut this one off here, and we'll start up our next one.